Oh, the rooster's in there. So... Oh. Okay, well, Power Picks was actually wrong. You don't need to do the treasure hunt. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go do the treasure hunt. It would be done in the same format as these new videos are. The only difference with that one is that one, it doesn't have a platinum, and two, it's only 8 hours long. It's 100%, so it'll only take 2 streams probably to knock out. Maybe 3. So it wouldn't be a bad choice for this kind of a series. Currently working on the platinum in Sonic Frontiers, Timothy. Nice. Oh, he was the last one. Well, damn. Okay. Well, that was easy. That was so easy. Doing it on the easiest difficulty. Man, that's a joke. That is so easy. It's basically there. Well, I hope the guide is correct because at least the key was in the right place. Okay, so the old video guides are useless at this point. If you were going for this trophy, do not follow Brian or PowerPix's guides because they are both wrong. Okay, he's over like 3/4 of the way dead. Why are all the gas cans going off? There's no logic to that. Die already, will ya? Thank you. Good lord. He was tougher than expected. But there it is! Conquistador! Guys! That is every single Far Cry Platinum done. I have Platinumed every Far Cry game. Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for the road to my 722nd Platinum Trophy. So, this video is probably not what a lot of people were expecting. It's going to be the Platinum Trophy video for Far Cry 6. However, you guys might remember that I actually live streamed my entire run toward this Platinum, and I was originally going to do like a long-form trophy video for this game, but unfortunately my plans didn't really work out the way I wanted them to, because for whatever reason, now this was before I would actually just go ahead and save and back up my recordings for live streams, which I started doing on the next Platinum Trophy series, which I believe was Modern Warfare 2. So prior to that, I wasn't really like saving the recordings when I was done with them for whatever reason. I think it was more because at that point in time, I didn't really have a problem managing to download 1080p versions of the videos through like, I guess, an external downloader or something. Because for some reason, YouTube only lets you download in like 720p, which I think is really, really weird and dumb. I don't know if it's maybe something you can get with YouTube Premium or whatever that's called. But regardless, I was going to just download the videos that way, but those downloaders don't seem to work anymore at the time this is being recorded, so because of that, I didn't want to subject everyone to another like low quality or low visual quality video, which I think is what sort of happened with Resident Evil 4 Remake. So I didn't really want to go through that again, so I just decided to go ahead and scrap that idea and just turn this into a more traditional Platinum Trophy video by the way of this channel. So traditional videos just show where the Platinum Trophy unlocks, maybe a few trophies before it, and then we just go through the trophy list. So Far Cry 6's Platinum Trophy was number 722. Far Cry 6 is not a particularly hard Platinum. It is a little bit time consuming though. So to get the Platinum Trophy, you're going to get several story-related trophies. Everything through here is story-related, with the exception of this trophy. This is actually for getting the secret ending in the game, because many Far Cry games have some sort of a secret ending. Fallout 3, I think, technically had 2 different endings. Far Cry 4 had an insane number of endings, including a really unique secret ending you could get at the very beginning of the game. Far Cry 5 had a unique secret ending at the beginning, as well as 2 different choices. Same with New Dawn, I believe, had 2 different options you could go with. So this one doesn't have any diverging paths at the actual end of the game, but it does have this one secret ending. You get the secret ending by leaving the map at any point before you finish the main story. So either by taking a plane or a boat off the side of the map, and you will get this trophy along the way. You just have to do it before you finish the main story. And speaking of the story and everything, this game's story is really weak. It's definitely one of the weakest Far Cry games we've gotten. And realistically, if it wasn't for Giancarlo Esposito being the main villain, this game probably would have been even worse overall. He does the villain role very, very well. But otherwise, it's, poorly written character. There's just a lot of issues with this game's story and everything. So, not a very enjoyable experience to double platinum. For the F&D bases, these are basically your outposts in the game, so you have to capture one without being detected, as well as capture one with a co-op partner, and capture all of them, which are all pretty traditional Far Cry-style trophies that you can usually see in this kind of a game. The 3 F&D resource vehicles in mint condition isn't particularly hard, but one nice thing about this game is that if you play the PS5 version after the PS4 version and bring your save over from the PS4 version, you can actually semi-auto-pop a lot of trophies in the game, such as the F&D base or the resource vehicles. In these cases, you only have to capture one F&D base and return one mint condition vehicle, and that will actually auto-pop those trophies. So there are a lot of trophies that can semi-auto-pop if you're playing on the PS5 version after the PS4. So these are a couple of them. The checkpoints are basically mini outposts, and this one does auto-pop after one. The anti-aircraft guns, there's about 28 of them, I think, or is it 26? It's something like that. There's quite a few of them, but you only have to destroy one to auto-pop it from the PS4 version to the PS5. Supply drops, you only have to get one. These are the ones where you go to a radio signal and then you have to follow it to a drop point and then capture the supply drop. This one you do have to do all the way through. It's a series of side quests leading up to a final side quest that gives you a predator hunt, as well as, I believe, a unique weapon and a Supremo, so a lot of important stuff out of that. The cockfighting match is pretty easy. The Grand Premios, you only have to win one if you carry over your save, but winning 3 is super easy. Winning a game of dominoes is super easy. Completing a single special operation isn't going to be a problem. The 5 Bandito operations, this one will auto-pop after 1. These are basically the AFK sort of gameplay in this, to where you send people out to go do certain tasks and hope that they're successful. The vehicle machete kill from a horse is simple enough. Just, get on a horse and ride up next to an F&D vehicle and stab the person. The unique weapons, I believe that this one is one of the ones that auto-pops if you find one of the unique weapons, or you may not even have to find one, you may just have to equip one. I don't really remember exactly what unlocked the trophy, but yeah, it can be unlocked through one of those methods. It's much, much faster on the PS5, so that'll save you a whole lot of time, because finding all 49 takes a very long time, even with a collectible guide. Fully upgrading one facility, this one you are going to have to do legitimately on the PS5. It's not all that difficult or time-consuming, it just takes a good number of resources. The Supremos, you're going to have to do that one legitimately. You get one basically for free. 5 of them are purchased with the depleted uranium you get from the anti-aircraft guns. And the last one is from finishing that one side mission, Triad of Blessings. Purchase 15 meals. This one will auto-pop once you collect one. The meals require you to have certain types of meat to create, so it can be a little bit tough to get 15 total if you don't do a lot of hunting, because this game doesn't really encourage any hunting like some of the other games did. The USB sticks, cryptogramma chests, and rides do not auto-pop, same with the roosters, so all of these you will just have to go back and collect them all yourself. But if you follow a collectible guide, they're not too bad. The cryptogramma chests are a little bit annoying, but if you just follow a guide, you won't have any problems with these. The amigos, there are 7 total in the game, but you only need to recruit 5, as 2 of them were technically DLC. Petting Guapo is one of the first trophies you will get in the game. It's done on one of the basically tutorial missions of the game. Equipping Chicharron with the Mother Clucker outfit is pretty easy. As soon as you get Chicharron, you should be able to use the Mother Clucker outfit on him. Distract 10 soldiers with Chorizo. As far as I'm aware, this one doesn't auto-pop. It's not particularly hard, but it's just a little bit finicky as to make it count. The 10 soldiers with active heat, this one does auto-pop, but it's also unmissable during a standard playthrough of the game. Then, taking out a shark with an explosion, there's at least one story or side mission where there are sharks swimming around in a pool for some reason. So, I don't know why that is, but, I mean, there's a shark in a pool, and blowing it up there will count for this trophy, so cool, it's an easy way to do it. Catching 10 fish, this one will auto-pop if you catch 1, but catching 10 fish in this game is pretty easy. You don't have to catch, like, trophy record fish like you did previously in Far Cry 5. Taking out a soldier by sabotaging an alarm, you need a very specific piece of gear to do this. It's not too hard once you do, but you do need specific gear to get it. The Insurgent Leaders, this trophy is rather annoying because it requires you to play through the insurgencies for 3 consecutive weeks. Well, not consecutive, just 3 weeks total, because you can no longer use like a glitch that was in the game that allowed you to repeat the same one repeatedly. But the nice thing is that this one auto-pops, so you may only have to do it once on the PS5. The 10 Special Forces soldiers, this one does auto-pop, but it's also unmissable during a normal playthrough. Disabling and hijacking a tank with an EMP device is pretty easy, so just throw an EMP grenade or lob an EMP grenade from the grenade launcher at a tank and then go hijack it. The mythical animals, I want to say there's 5 total in 4 different hunting spots across the game. They're not particularly hard to get. One of them's kind of finicky as to when it'll actually appear, though. Sliding 200 meters at once, there's several places you can do this just by looking at a video. Running over 10 soldiers with a vehicle is probably going to come naturally, but if it doesn't, it actually auto-pops on the PS5. The Security Control Center, this one was slightly missable at first, purely because not every F&D outpost had a control center. So if you didn't get this trophy through natural progression, you had to wait for an insurgency week that gave you an F&D base that had one. But now you can reset individual F&D bases, which makes this much easier. This one's super easy. You can just lob an RPG at someone from over 50 meters above them and you'll get it. This one, thankfully, auto-pops because it's really, really annoying. Otherwise, it's pretty tedious, pretty annoying, and actually kind of tricky to get just because poison enemies don't always attack other enemies correctly. This one is an unmissable story trophy. This one's pretty easy. Just purchase the mods for a resolver weapon. Building each camp facility is very easy. It just requires some resources. 10 parts installed on a ride. Unfortunately, I could not get this one to auto-pop in any way, so you do have to do this one legitimately, which will require you to complete some side missions and some of the races throughout the game. The rank of Commandant is probably going to come naturally while just going for the Platinum, so this shouldn't be a problem. And then you have 3 Special Operations trophies, completing one without exceeding the 50% on the temperature meter. This is best done on the very first one, the Mesozoico, I believe it's called, on the easiest difficulty. It's really, really easy on the easiest difficulty with a good setup, because on the easiest difficulty you really don't even have to worry about dying, and there aren't a lot of flamethrowers. The Hidden Stash of Moneda, this one's kind of annoying because a lot of the guides for this trophy are outdated, so look for a more modern guide for this one to hopefully be able to do it a little more easily than I did. And finally, the 30 hostages, you can only rescue 3 per playthrough, but thank God this trophy actually auto-pops, so you don't have to replay the same start of a mission 10 times. And then, of course, there's all of the DLCs. I've talked about these many times throughout other videos, but you have to complete all 5 of the special operations on Mastery Level 3, which are the 5 hardest trophies in the game, except maybe Los Tres Santos. That one's actually pretty easy overall, and Cocodrillo, I actually managed to complete pretty much first try without a lot of problems, but the other three are absolutely brutal. Then you get the Insanity, Control, and Collapse packs. These are the Become the Villain DLCs. These are pretty fun, but they get a little bit repetitive over time because they're all basically the exact same thing with the exact same list of trophies. Just beat it on the highest difficulty, collect all the weapons, and do a bunch of other collectible stuff, and things like that. It's pretty simple. And then there's this random Lost Between Worlds DLC that came out like a year later than the other DLCs for some reason. It's not particularly hard, but it's really weird and honestly pointless. But its trophies are also fairly easy. So at this point in time, this is the last Far Cry trophy list that I needed to complete. I assume there will be future Far Cry games, whether that be remakes or remasters of old games or even just ports of old games, or if that is a brand new Far Cry game in the future, but for now I have finished every single Far Cry trophy list, which I am very, very proud of. So at the time in which I obtained this Platinum Trophy, several months ago, I was level 829, 56% of the way through, at 25,996 total trophies. I don't know if this video is going to go up before the 26,000th trophy video, or if the 26,000th trophy video is going to go up right before this. 722 Platinums, 4,721 Golds, 6,886 Silvers, 13,667 Bronzes. So, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a like and subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already. And I do once again apologize for the way this video happened. I wanted it to be a full-length video, but unfortunately it just wasn't meant to be. So the next full-length video should be the Modern Warfare 2 one, which should be coming out hopefully within the next couple of weeks. So again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all back here real soon for some more trophy content.